The head bandage.
Alright.
Okay.
And we're back.
Wait, we were gone?
I restarted the recording.
I was gone.
He was gone. 4 months ago, I was in a traffic accident. That's why I needed the operation. When I woke up, they told me it was nothing serious. A simple procedure.
Oh, really? Because that sounds like bullshit.
I'll tell you what's bullshit.
Well, I guess if she recovered in 4 months, it couldn't have been too big.
They said the operation cost $1 million.
$1 million bucks?
My grandfather ordered Don Tigre to pay $1 million in compensation.
Compensation, huh? It's underworld lingo for paying money to settle a score. Basically, pay or get into some serious trouble. But $1 million bucks? This has to be related to our poisoning case somehow.
I wanted to believe him. I wanted to trust what Don Tigre said. He said it had nothing to do with my grandfather being Bruto Cadaverini. I wanted to believe he helped me because he cared about me, not about my grandfather. Oh, no, she's sad. Now she's sad. But I knew that wasn't really true.
Wow, I'm so sorry.
What he did to get the money was... it was... evil. He said it was all for me, so I helped him.
You helped him? In what way?
Here, take these.
What are these? Medical papers?
I'm Bruto Cadaverini's granddaughter. He'd had to pay me compensation. He was made an offer he simply couldn't refuse. Dargo Kotawara. He couldn't go Dark Kotawara.
Wow, I feel so bad for Viola. It's inexcusable. Huh? There are two things that I consider inexcusable. Poisoning and betrayal. Only a coward would hurt people using either of these tactics.
It's true.
Is everything alright, Nick? We should get going.
I think Phoenix is ready to fucking snap this man in two.
Right after we finish our espresso.
Wait, espresso.
I don't need to convince Viola of anything else, so I guess I can get rid of this. Repair bill, thrown into the trash. Oh, now I use a trash can.
Well, he was that mad, man. Hey, I don't know, we need to talk to Victor Kudo clearly.
Do we?
No, we don't. I'm taking the piss.
C'est très bien.
Oh, so you know what's stupid? We could have avoided this situation, by the way, but we just had to go inside the store.
Bonjour, I have been waiting for you to return.
Mr. Armstrong? Good timing. I was hoping to find you here. We'd like to ask you a few questions.
Well, he hasn't got anything to say to you, fellas.
Oh shit, it's a man!
Ah, it's Zinniop!
Oh, you call him Zinio?
Ah! Come out from under that table already, Maya.
Okay, hand it over.
But what?
You want to play games with me? I don't recommend that. The medical papers. Now.
What did he even say? I never even read them. What did the medical papers say?
Let's take a look. $1 million bill for cranial surgery. Payment was due last year.
Dude.
Uh-oh, I think he wants Viola Cadaverini's papers back. You mean this? The $1 million medical papers? Miss Cadaverini trusted you. That's why she said that she helped you.
Forget about it. This girl's dumber than an eggplant. You just want to know what's said? I'll tell you what's said. And it ain't only a face. She thinks she's got power because she's a brutal little girl. Now that's sad.
I can't let you have these papers. Tomorrow in court, I'm going to expose what you did to get the $1 million you used to pay this off.
Are you crazy or something? I don't care if you want to give it to me or not. There's two of us here. You got that? Two.
Nah, I only see one of you here. I don't count that man. He doesn't count.
Oui.
Mr. Armstrong.
Forgive me, that's so that I cannot argue with him.
As Phoenix got punched.
Not that. Really?
Phoenix, why the fuck aren't you playing your fighting game strategies?
Is that all you've got? I'll be taking those papers now. Armstrong, get that lighter. Oh, wait. Don't take it too hard. Phoenix, right? That was so stupid. I shouldn't have let my guard down. Those medical papers weren't vital.
Sorry, I crashed.
Tense.
Come she go.
Hold it, pal.
Detective Gumshoe. The detective? You think you're gonna stop me, copper? Beat it!
Whoa. Come on, Gumshoe.
Gumshoe, give him the beat around.
You guys, get out of here. Leave this guy to me.
No bet.
Go, pal, and take this. You look after Maggie, huh?
Alright, thanks, Gumshoe. Wait, Nick, don't leave me behind!
Guys, it's fine. All he needs to do is pull out his gun.
Gun shoe.
Gumshoe.
I'll get even with the guy tomorrow. In court.
Hey, young child.
Tender is
look at this
going
gun.
down. To be
Tenderlender's going down the blender.
up. Oh
What were
boy.
you saying, Rob?
I need to go change the base text. No. Because we're in trial segment now, baby.
I don't believe you.
You don't have to believe me.
I mean, I know I don't have to, but I don't believe you.
Just adjust this to the center, and we get.
Okay.
Iffy.
Good morning, Mr. He-Man.
I like how you emphasize the morning and not the good.
Good morning, Maggie.
Voice in my head. Oh, what do you think is going to happen today, sir? Am I going to become a jailbird? Yes.
Get it, I get it. You get it, George.
Today's session didn't go so well and then ended on a giant mystery. Like
That's
the new
true.
Come on, mystery doesn't know about so
And we still haven't solved a single part of it yet. Are you okay, Nick? Huh? Oh, no, yeah, of course. What are you on about?
I saw that little flash of doubt in your eye.
No, that wasn't doubt. That was determination.
Don't you lie to me, bitch boy.
Look, you've never played Undertale.
Well,
It's nearly time, Maggie. You better get going to the
What
defendant's
the fuck? Look, this isn't fucking
Murder.
Noir. You can't doubt someone.
don't let me down, Mr. Wright. I'm counting on you.
Press X to doubt.
Press double X.
Gumshoe.
Hey, pal.
Hey,
Oh,
Detective
shit.
Gumshoe.
You sound like he got destroyed.
Quit stressing Maggie out. You don't need that.
How did you know she was stressed?
I was watching from the
She's
doorway.
stressed out.
Oh.
You look like you lost the case already. Should a bit of confidence for you, pal. Yeah, maybe this will help.
Have you taken up aromatherapy too?
Not in a million years, pal. You tell me that you don't remember this thing.
Come to think of it, that doesn't look like one of those aromatherapy bottles.
It's what the small bottles turned up in the Trevian kitchen a couple days ago.
Wow, look at all these little bottles. No, they're aromatherapy oils. He's got so many, they're overflowing out of the floor.
I'm sorry, but when I see her hold up that serving tray plate thing, all I can think of is that there's some sort of Kamen Rider we watched where she's wielding the giant fucking rain
The pothole.
lid thing. The pothole, yeah.
The pothole lid.
Of all the murder weapons that you could choose, the fucking pothole. Why?
Hey, wait a minute. There's one bottle that's different from all the others. Well, what do you know? And it doesn't have a label either. And doesn't smell.
We've finally got the analysis results back in the lab.
So, what is it? Is it poison?
I'm afraid not, pal. It's performance-enhancing drugs.
Medication?
George, I must ask you for what?
For his topical use only, apparently.
Thank you. Context was needed. Thank you.
Yeah, but
No, it's
There he is.
cheesy.
You mean...
yeah, is the medication Glenn Elk was using for his ruptured eardrum.
What was Glenn Elk's ear medicine doing in the kitchen? What about the unidentified fingerprints? Anything on that?
Someone screwed up, so they only had time to analyze the contents of the bottle. Another hour, they might have gotten something on the prints, but...
I thought it said I might have gotten something on the pants.
That's
Well,
gonna
they might
weaken
have
its
also-
impact as a piece of evidence.
Alright, pal. This is it. Make sure your defense is impregnable today, got it?
Alright, today's trial.
Right, why'd you say no, Rob? You wanted to defend the
I
person.
said door,
What-
but it's fine.
It sounded like you said no.
I'm gonna expose that guy for what he's done. Oh, my name isn't Phoenix Wright.
It's not Phoenix, right? Your parents lied to you.
Shit.
You were adopted.
Yeah.
Hammer.
Court is now in session for the trial of Maggie Bird. That's what you say.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Stop. Hammer time.
Hammer time.
Stop. Mallet time.
Ready and waiting as always. Your
The
Honor.
judge is just MC Mallet.
Now, that's just very poor taste. Let's continue what's going on. Anyways, very good. We'll get underway at once.
I'm going to piss in your
Yesterday, we heard the testimony of Mr. Useless. He claims to have witnessed the defendant putting powder into the victim's coffee.
Claims in like the biggest air quotes in the world.
Sorry, claims. Witnessed the defendant.
Blink, nudge, nudge, potato.
However, the witness's testimony was plagued with a number of problems.
Orange
I'm only
text.
speaking about one.
The mark on the rim of the cup shows that the victim drank it from it with his right hand. According to the automatic system, he picked it up with his left hand. Chug, 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 chug.
Thank you, Mr. Goddo. I already fucking knew. Anyways, furthermore, according to the witness's account, the victim was listening to the radio with an earpiece in his left ear. Yes, the victim's left eardrum was ruptured and making him definitely... Sorry, it slowed down for a second. I didn't know what the word was, so it just kind of bled. Which made him effectively deaf in the left ear.
It's amazing how many contradictions a single case can have, huh, Nick?
Meanwhile, Godot.
Ha! Let me tell you, Your Honor. The world you see keeps turning, and we must turn with it.
Goddo, are you sure that's coffee you're drinking?
Yes. But you know what we need to do to spin with the world, right? We need to Beyblade, let him.
Okay, bailiff, I advise you to nick his collection of Beyblade DVDs.
Damn it. Don't let the mysteries of yesterday's mystify you today. Only losers think like that. Isn't that right?
I just
Robert?
imagine Godot like loses his wallet and he's like, ah shit, where's my wallet? And then he eventually just rolls over to midnight. And then when someone his
oh,
colleague asks him,
Bell.
hey, where's your wallet, Godot? Didn't you lose that yesterday? Don't let the mysteries of yesterday mystify you today.
Well,
Well, if
Godot,
you found my wallet, for the love of God, get it back to me.
Godot, it seems like you're missing like $100,000 from your bank account. What? Do you know what's going on?
Don't let the mysteries of yesterday mystify you today.
You got
it's
to
like
change with the times. That's one of my rules.
I implying that you've resolved these contradictions.
You know the answer to these riddles?
The judge speaking.
You know the answers to these riddles.
Yes, I am the Riddler. Look at me, I'm green. Yeah. The other guy wasn't just throwing seed, he was throwing us off the scent. Today I'll prove it.
Very well, let the first witness take the stand.
It's real Slim Shady. Please tell me.
Oh
Okay.
no. Oh, gosh, no, why?
And you are?
Oh, bonjour everyone. I am Jean Armstrong, the owner and the head chef of Trabian Restaurant. Enchanté.
I don't know why I keep randomly crashing.
You
Oh,
sure?
no.
Anyways, forgive me but for asking witness, but you know, 2020 and all that other shit. But are you a woman?
Oh wow, the judge is politely asking for his pronouns.
Oh la la, monsieur, you can see I am a patent buggy gentleman, no?
I just thought I'd ask, sure.
On the day of the incident, you were at Trebion's kitchen, yes? Isn't that right? Right.
With you, monsieur? Everything feels right.
Oh god.
Ha!
Wow, he's totally unfazed. Doesn't anything intimidate this guy?
Ah, you're gay. Very well, your testimony, please, witness. Please tell the court everything that happened that day on Trebien.
It's like you in Spanish.
And cut the
Trebien.
Spanish, or I'm going to have to throw you out.
When it all happened, there was just 2 customers in my restaurant.
Oh, I see, said French, I'm going to have to throw you out now. Fuck you.
I remember I was experimenting with some new art decor that day. Like having a large mirror between our tables, for example. Perhaps that was the old man looking at. La couple of earpiece and the glasses. It would even have everything in reverse, no?
Mirror?
Oui, un grand mirror. The most enormous mirror.
What is this total bullshit? There's such a thing as a
The
mirror.
ass.
Yeah, like... so you also
Sorry,
know.
I missed it. Wait, did I miss something? What?
Oh, Armstrong's got like a perfect orb of an ass.
And suddenly the mystery disappears, just like anything that goes near this man's ass.
And suddenly I want to leave.
Like I said, the world keeps turning, so does his butt. So roll with it.
Wait, I wasn't listening. I was too busy staring at his ass. Anyways, that would explain the coffee cup and the earpiece conundrum. The mirror would have made everything appear back to front, or front to back, depending on how you look at it.
What the heck? It's way too early in the morning for this to be happening to me.
Mr. Wright, get better sleep. Anyways, being a cross-examination. That's like how I get the worst sleep out of all.
Okay, just 2 customers in my restaurant.
What do you have statements?
I need more information about this. And who were the 2 customers exactly?
Me, of course, the young man who died. And the other, not so young man.
You're referring to yesterday's witness, I presume.
What about the other man Maggie says she saw at the table? Something tells me Mr. Armstrong isn't planning on to disclose his existence. We need some hard evidence first before we can bring him up, don't we? I guess I'll just have to try a different approach for the time being. Let's see. This one.
It's good.
I think we need to get more information on this one, I think.
How big of a mirror are we talking about here?
As big as my boat, yo.
Boff.
Oh. Something about 4 meters wide and about 2 meters high.
Let's see. If 1 meter is about 1 yard, holy glass in a frame, that's huge.
I was intending to install it on the ceiling eventually.
The ceiling? Was there a mirror on the ceiling? I don't even remember.
He just said he was going to install it eventually.
Man, no. But I decided not to go through with it in the end.
What should I do? Should I ask him more about the mirror or not?
Press harder.
If you really had such a large mirror in the restaurant, someone would have noticed it. But there's nothing about a mirror in Mr. Kudo or Maggie Bird's testimonies.
But
You didn't ask, right? You have only yourself to blame for your such sloppy work.
What?
So, I'm just loving at Ryan's new profile pic. I'm like, what the fuck is this
Sure,
shit?
it was delivered to Trismion on the day before the incident.
Really?
And Mr. Armstrong just thought he was carrying out some design changes. And if it turns out he didn't actually use the mirror in the end.
This just doesn't add up. Even if a mirror was delivered to Trebion, it doesn't prove that it was in the restaurant on the day of the crime.
Ha! You want to doubt someone, look in the mirror. I'm sure the person looking back here will be dubious enough.
We get it, Godot. You have a massive hate boner for the guy.
I will fucking piss in his cereal, I swear to God!
That's... You put milk in there, Godot, not piss. Anyways. So the witness yesterday had seen the victim reflected in a mirror. What? What's wrong, Rob?
Nothing.
Yeah, it's next.
I'll press this.
No, it's in like next statement. What's the next statement? I was curious. I think this is what the statement that needs to question it is, because if it was just simply the mirror, then something else should not be correct. There it is. Good job, Rob. You found it.
That was easy. The coffee cup, the earpiece, and the HMD. Let's think back over Mr. Kudo's testimony for a second, shall we?
the boy was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the green lens on his specs. No question, you can lock me up if I'm wrong, his head is in his left ear, without a doubt.
So to summarize, we were both told that the HMD and the earpiece was so period are so blah. Sorry, no what?
See, guys, it even happens to Faker.
Apparently, I was reading something else. We were told both of the HMD and the earpiece were on the victim's left side. Now, if Mr. Kudo saw that as a reflection in a mirror, it means that both the HMD and the earpiece were actually on the victim's right side.
Exactement. You see, monsieur, now that you think about it, it's not so hard, no?
Unfortunately, that's where we run into a monumental contradiction with the facts. If Mr. Kudo really did see everything in a mirror, why is the fact that the HMD is now on the wrong side of his head?
Oh, now I see it. I'm not looking at this anymore. I'm terrified for my life. Anyways, Mr. Wright is correct for once. Well, actually, he's correct most of the time, but I don't like to admit it. If the witness was genuinely observing the mirror victim... fuck. Reflected in the mirror, then we would expect the victim's eyepiece to be over his right eye. Is something wrong?
No.
Iffy. It's mentioned how much you hate lemons.
Try, you should have a taste of this bitterness. It'll calm you down in no time.
Are we talking about your coffee or something completely different?
Yeats coffee.
You don't understand the way the witness thinks.
Dear? How he thinks? I'd rather not know, but...
Remember this, I presume.
I thought you didn't keep it!
He's I broke the vase sorry apology left. I mean, Mr. Kudo's sworn testimony.
Exactly. The old man was one very grievous habit. Has one very grievous habit, other than throwing seeds.
Rob.
I'll cut out again.
Yeah, sorry.
You want me to read it all again?
Yeah, please.
Exactly, Yeoman has one very grievous habit, other than throwing seeds. The more impression something makes, the more smuddled his mind makes it. What's the most striking thing about Mr. Elk?
Clearly, it's the victim's eyepiece.
No, it's not. What the fuck is wrong with you?
What was it? His huge $1 million winning ticket.
No, they showed up without any pants. Why the fuck you think it's from the neck up? Jesus. That's my point. The old man strikes again.
Gotta go home. You're drunk.
Maybe. It shouldn't even a big impression on the old man. I'll get drunker.
Oh shit, he's got to do an impression. George.
So the earpiece of those newfangled efficiency was worth. Oh yes, they were both from their here and left ear.
Close enough.
That's what. Yeah, I don't remember. We'll try.
That's the worst, but best impression of Kudo ever. Wow, I
Very
really
fucking
thought he
annoying.
was old seedy for a minute there. That was good.
Well, George, if he's
I'll be right
lying.
back.
Okay.
Okay. Enough! I must agree that yesterday's witness was irresponsibly rash in much of his testimony.
Bad luck, Nick. Looks like the boil of a contradiction you just found is just a rash.
It boiled down to nothing.
A mirror can't be seen by a handful of seeds, nor can it
Beaten.
lie. So,
He said scene.
Oh, sorry.
what exactly was the old man looking at?
The nurse's skirt.
Fill us in, Mr. Armstrong. Go on, tell the court. We're all ears.
Yeah, because you have no eyes.
I can explain. Please, if you look at the plan for the restaurant.
What am I supposed to look at? I can't see it. What are you talking about?
Hello, is everyone sitting comfortably?
Why is this
No,
part of the
Rob's chair's
testimony?
uncomfortable as... Huh? Sorry? What's it, Rob?
I was saying, like, why is
That part of the statement of the kill I'm just told cost testimony.
I was just like, why is that part of the testimony? Yeah.
I'm just saying if it's in the testimony, we should press it.
God.
Come on, man. Anyways, George, continue.
Lamero, he was in the middle of the restaurant, dividing the two halves. There is only one seat from which you could have seen the image of the victim. The seat was on the table next to the victim. That was where the old man was sitting. After the terrible incident occurred, I moved the mirror so it was not in the way. But naturally, I did not touch anything else.
That's found the contradiction.
Mmm.
You think
I
I
would have
would
an
like...
objection. I think you touched the dick when he wasn't looking. Other than that, I see no problems in the interpretation we just heard. From the table next to the victims, Mr. Kudo could have seen the victim in the mirror.
What a naughty little coquette I am, confusing all the men like this.
Don't worry about it.
Forget about it.
We can keep up. Except for the guy breaking out in a cold sweat over there again.
I hate that guy.
Well, Mr. Wright, looks like you got fucking wrecked. Anyways, you said you didn't touch anything else apart from the mirror. Are you quite sure about that?
Volunteers, of course.
No, I don't want to volunteer, thank you very much.
I volunteer as tribute.
Kill yourself. Anyways, very well, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination, if you please. I don't want to deal with it myself anymore. You okay, Rob?
Yeah.
But anyways, it's the
He's
same.
beyond gun.
Ah, no, Rob, it's not there.
Good.
I'm sad. No. I wanted to object to it and say, no, I'm not sitting comfortably.
This is
And it's
bullshit.
yeah, he touched something else.
He touched the green bottle.
He touched a green bottle.
That's not a contradiction. Okay.
Unfortunately, you did it too early, probably. You're on the mirror, right?
Yeah, it's the mirror one.
Go to the
It
third
is pretty
statement.
strange, though, isn't it? I mean, nobody mentioned anything about a real large mirror. You think someone would have... You think someone would have, but Maggie didn't, and neither did old Seedy. And the only logical explanation is that there was no mirror inside Trebian that day. Now I just got to prove it, somehow.
What the fuck's going on with my thing? Anyways, I know what the contradiction is.
The seat at the table was next to the victims. That was where the old man was sitting.
That's the third statement, right?
Yeah.
Right. Well, okay. So go to evidence. Look at the crime scene photo. You see what's wrong here?
Yeah. This piece of evidence contradicts with testimony. We have heard, Your Honor.
The crime photo?
Yes, this photo clearly shows something that theoretically should not exist.
What on earth do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? Have you off your rocker again? If you here?
Okay, probably not. Should not exist. Sounds like you're describing yourself, Troy.
Mr. Godot, that was a sick burn and it shall be submitted in the court record as evidence. Anyways, what is the sign that should not exist in this photo, Mr. Wright?
It's here, isn't it?
I wish if he was here. No. Other table.
This one.
Yes. What do you think shouldn't exist?
Well, the thing that shouldn't exist is the fact that we can see it. The photo, no?
No. Do you remember the old man's testimony yesterday? What was the
Oh,
only
shit
thing
was
he
broken.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty obvious that this is what should not be in the picture.
The vase? What possible connection does that have with the victim's testimony?
Your Honor, I'm telling you that there should have been no vase on this table, because it very clearly contradicts with this piece of evidence. It's Victor Kudo's testimony.
Testimony, yeah.
There is one thing that was clearly demonstrated by yesterday's testimony. Mr. Kudo broke the vase that he was sitting on the... Sorry. Mr. Kudo broke the vase that was on the table where he was sitting. And yet, as the court could see, there was an unbroken vase on the table next to the victim. Why? Because Mr. Kudo was not, in fact, sitting on the table next to the victim at all. Okay, I'm gonna stop that.